You see, Satan, because we are subservient to him, if we obey him, he can give us temporary benefits, like this chain making some money, the bankers making some money. But it will not endure, it will not last. And that is why the church in Laodicea is told to buy gold and silver from Christ that will last. It's even known that the economies are collapsing. Gold and silver is going to be worth tittle. So what's this all about? We are running and serving other gods. We read Deuteronomy 28. If we listen to obey, God will give us everything that we need, and beyond that, even our heart's desires. But no, as I keep saying, we have found a better way. In Deuteronomy 18:10, there shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. Verse 14. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearkened unto observers of times and unto diviners, but as for thee, the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee so to do. When Israel was going into the land of Canaan, they did not have to go to diviners and astrologers and observers of times. It says, the Lord didn't suffer you to have to go through all that. He was there for you. If you needed to know it, he would tell you. You know, one of the things that you will find here, we said in Deuteronomy 18:10, it said, you know, when you have divination and an observer of times, astrologers, we also saw there the statement, we might have missed it. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of times. Pass through the fire. What is that? In 2 Chronicles, we read about someone here who caused his children to pass through the fire. I think you'll find that's Manasseh. He did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He caused his children to pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom. Also he observed times and used enchantments, and used witchcraft, and dealt with a familiar spirit and with wizards. He wrought much evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Do you see all these things being linked together? Because they are linked together. That's why they are written that way. In Deuteronomy 4:19, unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. Isaiah 8:19, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not the people seek unto their God? For the living to the dead? It's God we need to be going to, not Satan and his agents, however they are classified. You see, we said it was Manasseh who caused his children to pass through the fire. So what I'm basically saying is that going back thousands of years, we have been accustomed to doing precisely what this lady claims she's doing. Christine Skinner. It's not a new thing. It's what we've been doing all the time. We have been looking to people who have familiar spirits. We are going to wizards, astrologers, observers of times. That's what we do. But I mentioned, and we even pass our children through the fire. What is that? Well, as I've said so many times, Satan demands sacrifice. He demands human sacrifice. When you move from these people looking into a book to find out when this is happening and that is happening, when this Mars is aligned with Venus, which is aligned with Pluto, which is aligned with whatever, the next stage is direct contact with the demonic. But to do that, you have got to pass your children through the fire. And that means to literally sacrifice them. This is not a metaphor. Psalm 106 verse 35, talking about Moses and the Israelites. But they were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. That's what the Israelites did. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Verse 37, yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Verse 39, thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions. Second Kings 17:17, and they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and used divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Jeremiah 19:5, they have built also the high places of Baal, to burn their sons with fire, for burnt offerings unto Baal, which I commanded not, nor spake it, neither came it into my mind. God said it wasn't in his heart, it wasn't in his head. But we did it. We did it then. We do it now. Yes, we do it now. You go and read these books I recommended to you. Or the videos, Bill Schobelin. I always say his name wrong, but you just read it, look at them. Yeah, you know, children are going missing all the time, all over, and never found again. What's happening to them?